What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about bug out bag food items. And I wanted to just share with you guys what I have in my bug out bag and my survival kit, my survival bag. All right, so these are the items that I have currently in my bug out bag, my personal bug out bag, or my get home bag, whatever you want to call it. And I want to just show you guys what I have and hopefully inspire you to get some of the things that I have and include them in your kit. And so before I get into that and before I share with you guys what I have in my kit, I just wanted to kind of discuss the different elements of food in your bug out bag and what you should include. All right, so you want to have a mixture of different macro and micronutrients. Okay, so macronutrients means fats, carbs, and proteins. All right, so you want to have some fats, you want to have some carbs, and you want to have some proteins. All right, but in addition to macronutrients, you also want to have micronutrients. All right, micronutrients, we're talking about vitamins and minerals. Okay, so those are the two things that you need to include in your bug out bag food. All right, you need to have macronutrients, adequate calories, okay, adequate fats, carbs, and proteins, which are your macronutrients, and you need adequate micronutrients as well. All right, your vitamins and your minerals. All right, because there's a lot of people out there, when they put their bug out bags together, they neglect the most important thing, which is the food. It doesn't matter if you have all these cool gadgets and, a firearm and ammunition and a knife and a canteen and paracord, and all these things are great. All right, but food is your number one most important thing, in my opinion. Obviously water is important, right? Water is more important than food because you'll die from dehydration before you'll die from starvation. But, you can find water pretty much anywhere, okay? Water is not hard to find, but food is a lot harder to find, okay? If you don't have enough food on you in your bug out bag, you're going to have to start looking for food, which is going to expose you to possibly getting attacked by other people, okay, and derail your mission and delay your mission, your objective. Okay, so if we're talking about bugging out, all right, you have to think about what is the mission. Okay, the mission or the objective is to get from point A to point B. Okay, let's say, for example, you're bugging out from your job. Let's say you work in a big city and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose and you need to bug out and escape from the city and get to your house, which is in the suburbs. All right, you may have to walk 30 or 40 miles or up to 100 miles depending on where you live and how far you are from your job. In that distance, you're going to have to cross through difficult terrain. You may encounter hostile people. There's all kinds of different threats that you're going to be faced with, okay? And the last thing you want to do is, if the world is going to hell and people are panicking and society's collapsing, all right, the last thing you want to do is be running around looking for squirrels to catch or trying to pick berries or, eating grubs, okay? Bugging out is not a survival show, okay? We're not talking about survival. We're not, this isn't an episode of Bear Grylls, Man vs. Wild. This is the real deal, okay? This is, the real consequences can happen if you're not properly prepared, okay? And this is not a weekend bug out training exercise, with your buddies and you can just go back to your warm house at the end. This is a real bug out situation where nobody knows what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. And your goal is to get to point B as fast as possible and as safely as possible. All right. So your mind is going to be focused more on things like stealth and camouflage and counter tracking, all the SEER stuff, survival, escape, resistance, and evasion. Okay. all those different things you're going to be thinking about. You don't really want to be walking around hungry and depleted, okay? Because if you're hungry and depleted, you're not going to be able to focus on the mission and get to point B, all right? Because you're going to be derailed from your mission. You're going to have to start looking for food because you're going to get hungry halfway through your bug out, okay? So make sure you pack enough calories and a good mixture of calories, okay? Fats, carbs, proteins, and also your micronutrients as well. Don't just focus only on the macronutrients. Make sure you have some vitamins and minerals in your bug out bag food kit, okay? Because, if you're in a high stress, high adrenaline situation, or if you're sweating a lot, you're out in the extreme weather, you're exposed to the elements, you're going to be depleting your body of nutrients much faster than if you're sitting at home watching TV, okay? Think about how physically demanding bugging out would actually be, or getting home would actually be, okay? Not only do you have to worry about your security and your safety if you're just by yourself, but if you have your family, you also have to worry about your kids and your wife, okay? Because they're going to be targets of opportunity to bad guys who are looking for weak and vulnerable people to attack. They're likely not going to attack you, but they definitely will go after your wife and kids because they're a weaker target. So you're going to have to think about them. You're going to have to think about stealth, self-defense, tactics. Your mind is going to be so occupied with so many different things. And in addition to that, you're going to be out in the elements. You're going to be possibly escaping from bad guys. You're going to be possibly defending yourself in, either hand-to-hand combat or firefights. I mean, you don't know what can happen, okay? So you want to make sure you pack enough calories with you so you don't get into a situation where, let's say you have to bug out 50 miles or 30 miles, and then after 10 or 20 miles, you realize that you didn't pack enough food, and you start getting hungry, you start getting weak. Okay, a lot of guys will tell you that, Greg, it's not a big deal. You can go for 3 weeks without food. Well, yeah, theoretically, you could go 3 weeks without food until you die or get really sick. All right, but just because you can go 3 weeks without food doesn't mean that you're not going to feel like crap after 1 day without food, okay? It's easy to say when you're sitting on your couch at home, drinking a beer and having a burger while you're watching a survival show that, oh yeah, I could go 3 weeks without food. Well, have you ever done that, okay? Have you ever been out in the extreme elements, not only battling nature and battling animals, but also battling people at the same time, okay? It's not just going to be a regular survival situation where all you have to deal with is animals or cold weather or hot weather. You're going to also be dealing with human beings that are going to be a threat to your safety. So not only are you going to have to deal with, the elements and animals and things like that, like a traditional survival situation, but on top of that, you're going to have people to deal with too. So the stress level is going to be absolutely massive, and you want to make sure you have enough nutrients and calories so this way you can function, okay? Because it's not about how long you can go without eating. It's about making sure that you have enough fuel in your body so you can perform at an optimal level, all right? It's not about surviving, okay? If you just want to survive, of course, you can give somebody a protein bar and maybe he can make it last for 5 days, but you're going to feel extremely weak and you're not going to be able to defend yourself, okay? If you haven't had food for like 24 hours or 2 days and you're starving and somebody attacks you and you have to fight that person off, or you have to draw your gun and engage in a firefight, or you have to escape on foot, if you're dehydrated or you're hungry and you're depleted and you have all kinds of nutrient imbalances, you're not going to be functioning at 100%, okay? You're going to be functioning much, much less, okay? So, make sure you have enough calories and enough nutrients inside of your bug out bag. So this way, God forbid, if the world goes to crap, you're not going to be depleted and weak when you need to be strong. Okay, you're going to need to function at a full capacity because the stress level is going to be enormous. Okay, and you don't want to add extra stress to the situation by not having enough food, being hungry, being depleted. Okay, you want to go into a high stress situation in a surplus. Okay, you want to have adequate amounts of calories so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so you can focus on your main priority, which is getting away from the danger and getting to a safer location. Okay, you don't have to stress out about where your next meal is going to be. So, all right, so I'll show you guys what my kit looks like and what kind of food that I have. And this is pretty much all I have in my bug out bag. And if I were to weigh all of this together, not including the water, this is probably only like 3 or 4 pounds, I would say. And in here, I probably have at least 24 to 48 hours worth of food to keep me comfortable. As far as sustenance goes, this would keep me comfortable for at least a day or two. All right. And that's all you really need. You don't need to throw everything in there and pack the whole pack full of food like you're going on an expedition into the Yukon for looking for gold or something. This is a bug out situation, so it's going to be short term. You're going to be looking at up to 3 days max. If let's say you cover 10 to 20 miles a day on foot, you're looking at 2 to 3 days max if you have to go, let's say, 60 miles. All right. So you want to just have, just a bare bones, essentials of nutrients and calories in your kit, that'll last you up to 3 days. That's what you need to think about. You need to think about, do I have enough calories and nutrients to last me up to 3 days? I would say minimum 1 day. I would say between 1 to 3 days, depending on your skill level, how skilled you are in terms of being able to procure food from your surroundings. Can you opportunistically harvest a game animal? Are you skilled at trapping? Are you skilled at fishing? Are you skilled at hunting? Can you opportunistically source food from your surroundings? Because it's impossible to pack enough food for every scenario. You're only going to realistically be able to put like 1 to 3 days worth of food in your bag. All right. And if you need more food than that, you can always source food from your surroundings. Okay. You could trap a squirrel. You can shoot a squirrel. You can take a deer. You can scavenge roadkill. You can barter with people that you see. There may still be some stores open. Okay. You can buy food. You can do all kinds of different things. All right. So sourcing food from your environment is going to be part of bugging out. And you can do that along the way. All right. But the food in your pack should be like a safety cushion. All right. So this way, when you're bugging out, you know that I have at least 24 hours to 48 hours worth of food here. And during that time, I'm good, and if I run across a squirrel, or I can catch a fish, or I find some roadkill, or I can take down a deer or a boar or a bear, whatever, I can do that, but if you're weak and you're depleted, once you start to get hungry, it's already too late to start looking for food, okay? Because once you're hungry, that's when you start to be weak and your physical capabilities are diminished, okay? So you don't want to wait until you're starving to start to say to yourself, okay, I got to go hunt or I got to go fish. I have to set some snares and catch a rabbit or a squirrel. At that point, it's too late, okay? What you should be doing is you should use your cushion here, your safety cushion. During that time, you can trap some animals, okay, and throw them in your backpack, all right? If you see a squirrel, you can opportunistically take that squirrel or a rabbit, or you can set some snares. If you're making camp for the night, you can set a couple of snares around your camp. So while you're sleeping, maybe you'll grab an animal or two, and then in the morning, you can grab that animal and, clean it and throw it in your pack, okay? And then you have an extra meal. You extended your lifeline, okay? But you want to have a safety cushion of at least 24 to 48 hours of food. In my opinion, minimum 24 hours of food. And I would not go more than 3 days, because if you carry more than 3 days worth of food, you're going to start to weigh yourself down. And you definitely don't want to weigh yourself down in a bug out situation. You want to be light and maneuver. You want to be able to move around and climb and defend yourself and shoot and move tactically. Okay, if you have like a 40-pound rucksack, I don't care who you are, it's going to weigh you down. It's going to be bulky. It's going to stick off of your back and get in the way of everything. Okay, you want to have a lightweight and small bug out bag. You don't want to be weighed down with a ton of crap, okay? So keep it light, keep it simple. And again, I would say minimum 1 day and maximum 3 days is what you want in your bug out bag. So here's what I'll go left to right and show you guys everything that I have, and hopefully you can get some ideas from me. Okay, so on the left here, what I have is protein powder. Okay, I have 2 containers of protein powder in here. This is just all natural whey protein. All right, this weighs absolutely nothing. Okay, this is just dry protein powder in a waterproof container. Okay, I have 2 of these containers. I don't know how much, these containers hold, but this is looks like it's 2 cups in here. Okay, this is 2 cups, so I have 4 cups of whey protein powder here. So you're looking at probably 2 or 3 days worth of protein, all right, for me in these cups right here. And these weigh nothing. What I can do is I have a scooper in here, okay, and I can take my scooper, put some in my stainless steel canteen, use my water from my canteen or water that I find in my environment, and I can make some protein shakes with this, all right? And this is going to provide me protein, which is essential for bugging out, because you need to recover your muscles and your body, okay? Protein is essential for muscular recovery. It keeps you strong, and it's an essential macronutrient, and protein is one of the hardest things to find. It's not hard to find, but it takes a lot of resources to find protein, because you have to either hunt it or catch it, and kill it, and that takes a lot of effort, okay? A lot of you guys watch survival shows and think it's going to be so easy to hunt a deer or take a squirrel. You don't understand on those TV shows, those guys spend weeks in the woods and they edit it down into a 1-hour show. So they probably go days without seeing anything. Okay, and I know because I'm a lifelong hunter, and I can tell you, even as an experienced hunter and woodsman, I've been hunting for 20 years, or actually more than 20 years. I first started big game hunting when I was 13 years old with a bow, and I can tell you that hunting is not easy, even if you're experienced, okay? Deer and squirrels and animals like that, they've been around for so long because they know how to survive, they know how to get away from danger, they're very fast, they have good senses, okay? It's not that easy, all right? It's not like the TV shows, okay? So carry some protein with you so you don't have to worry about finding meat, all right? And you want that protein for muscular recovery. Here I have probably, maybe 20 or 30 scoops of protein powder. So probably, 300 grams of protein there, enough for 2 days of protein. Here I have a bag of almonds. Okay, the reason I chose almonds over peanuts is because almonds have more nutrients in them. They have more minerals. All right, if you look at the ingredients here, you can see that the almonds have a lot of potassium and a lot of electrolytes. All right, a lot of magnesium, potassium. All right, those are things that you're going to deplete when you sweat, okay? Magnesium, calcium, potassium, sodium, those are your electrolytes, okay? So almonds have a lot more minerals, and they're generally better than peanuts. They have more protein, okay? So they cost a little bit more, but it's definitely worth it. So I have this bag of almonds here. This is a 10-ounce bag, all right? So between these almonds, these almonds here, I have 1,700 calories just in this bag of almonds, okay? These 2 cups of protein, I probably have another 1,000 or 2,000 calories right here. Okay, so even just the almonds and the protein, I have almost 4,000 calories, and it only weighs about a pound. Okay, you're looking at a pound of weight here. All right, that's worth it to me. All right, moving on. Here I have this nifty little pouch here that I got on Amazon. It's called the Eagle Creek Packet, and it's nice because you can see through and you can see what's in here. Okay, so what I have here is I just have some sugar items. Okay, so you're going to want, now the almonds are important for fat. Okay, you need to have some fat sources in your diet. All right, fat is an important nutrient. A lot of vitamins are fat soluble, so if you don't have enough fat, your body won't absorb a lot of vitamins. Here I just have some dried mango, okay? And then in here I have these pouches of, this is funny. These are just like fruit snacks that you would give to kids. And they have vitamin C, so one of these fruit packs has 100% of your vitamin C for the day, and it has sugar, okay? So the reason I have these fruit snacks and the mango is I want a quick source of energy, okay? I want some sugary items that if I don't want to sit down and digest a huge meal, but I just need a quick boost of energy, then I can rip open one of these packs here and start chewing on these fruit snacks, and it'll give me a little bit of energy without having to sit down and make a full meal. And I have, I have like 8 packs here. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 packs. All right, so looks like I probably ate one. All right, so I have these packs here, okay, and that gives me a good sugar source. All right, and so you want to definitely have some kind of sugary source of food so you can get quick energy. And one thing you will notice in my food kit here, you'll see that everything that I have is all quick meals. Okay, I don't have any MREs. I don't have anything that I have to sit down and cook. Okay, because if you're bugging out, you don't want to sit there and start cooking, because cooking takes time. It takes resources and it smells. People are going to detect you. All right, if you're bugging out, you're not going to have time to sit down and start bushcrafting and building a fire and, warming up your water and doing all that. That's going to take you 3 hours just to make one MRE. Okay, when I have all this food that I have here, I can eat it on the go. Okay, except for the protein, I have to stop and mix the protein. But if I'm hiking or I'm moving through an area, I can literally start chewing on these almonds while I'm walking. I don't have to sit down and make a meal and do all that, okay? And that's important. You want all your food items in your bug out bag to be stuff that you can have on the go, that you don't have to prepare, you don't have to cook, okay? You want things that you can just eat quickly and move on, all right? So here I have almonds, I have dried mangoes and fruit snacks, okay? And then moving on, we have in this other pouch, I have a few things in this. This is just a little, zipper pouch. Also, I got from Amazon. Okay, it's high quality. It's got a YKK zipper, so it's not cheap. You always want to get YKK zippers. Okay, YKK zippers are the strongest. All right, in here I have 8 protein bars. Okay, let me just show you guys. I have 8 protein bars. These are 220 calories each, okay? So that's another 1,600 calories right here. And these protein bars weigh nothing, okay? And these also have carbs in them too. All right, so here I have more protein, but also carbs. Carbs are essential. You need energy, all right? In addition to the protein bars, what's really important in this bag that I have is I have these vitamins, my macronutrients, and my cooking tools are in this bag. Okay, so here I have 10 pouches of emergency. All right, I have 10 of these, okay, and these are good because, vitamin C is one of those things that you can't really find in nature that easily. It's hard to find large doses of vitamin C in nature unless you stumble upon a orange orchard or something like that. So always pack enough vitamin C, because vitamin C is water soluble, and you're going to lose your vitamin C first. Any kind of water soluble vitamins, you're going to lose those before anything else, okay? So I got vitamin C here, 10 packs of those. And then here I have this orange little waterproof matchbox. And, you know, what I have in here is I actually have multivitamins, okay? So if you look in here, I have some various vitamins. Here I have multivitamins, vitamin D, and vitamin C, okay? Because I feel that vitamin C and vitamin D are the most important. And here there's actually a little mirror underneath, which I can use for signaling, or I can use it for checking for ticks or something like that. I can use it as a mirror. Another important thing is if you're gonna put vitamins in a container like this, make sure you put a little cotton ball, okay? Otherwise the vitamins are gonna rattle when you move around. I'll show you right now, I'll demonstrate. Okay, if you know, when you're going to be running through the woods or wherever, you know, the vitamins are going to rattle, okay, and they're going to make noise every time you take a step. So if you're trying to be stealthy, they're going to make noise. You know, you have to pay attention to detail, guys. Everything, you know, survival is attention to detail, okay? So I put a little cotton ball in there to keep it from jiggling around. And in here, like I said, got a multivitamin, vitamin C, vitamin D, okay? And I have probably a few days worth in here, okay? All right, so then moving on from that, I have a stainless steel spork. All right, here I have just a fork on one side, spoon on the other, and a little, you know, like a butter knife type thing here, okay? And this is, you know, stainless steel, so it's durable. You could even use this to dig a hole if you had to dig. All right, so I have that there, and then here I just have some spare can openers, okay? All right, in here I just have these P51 and P38 can openers. All right, these are the military grade can openers. I have a few of these. And these are reusable, so, you know, one of these can openers I can use to open like a couple of cans, no problem. Rather than having to use my knife and dull my knife, I can use these can openers, which are really cheap, and I can throw them away, all right? And then I have some more of the can openers in this little capsule here. I have some of the smaller ones in here, I believe. Let's see, which ones are these? I think these are the P51s. Yeah, these are the P51s. Okay, so I have a bunch of these, okay? All right, so that's my bug out bag food kit, okay? So pretty simple, lightweight, and everything you see here you can eat on the go. You don't have to sit down and prepare a meal. All the macronutrients are here. I got my carbs, my sugars, you know, for quick energy. I got my fats, I got my protein. I have my micronutrients with the vitamin C packets and the multivitamins in this pouch here. I have utensil, okay? I have a utensil for mixing and for eating. I have can openers, you know, and then obviously I have my water and my canteen cup. This is a Nalgene, Nalgene canteen. You can see it's a little dirty. I was using it a few times. You know, so, you know, you always want to have a canteen and a cup, obviously. That's one of the bare essentials of a bug out bag, but I highly recommend this canteen, by the way. This is a very solid canteen. I've done reviews on this. And then this cup that I have is just the Ollie Camp Space Saver cup. So, you know, I highly recommend that, you know, you guys put together a well thought out food kit for your bug out bag. You know, think about it hard. Think about what you need, okay? Maybe take some ideas from me, but you don't have to copy everything that I've done, all right? I need more protein because I'm a bigger guy and I'm a power lifter. I have a lot of muscle mass. I weigh 250 pounds, so my dietary requirement is different than most people. So I generally carry more food than most people and more protein, all right? But, you know, micronutrients are essential. Don't overlook the vitamins, all right? You're going to deplete those vitamins when you're stressed out, when you're sweating, etc. And, you know, that's pretty much it, guys. And one last thing I will say is if you do have like a canteen and a canteen cup, make sure you buy yourself 2 of them. All right, so you have one that you practice with and you take to the woods with you when you do your bug out practice or your bushcrafting or whatever, and then you keep an unused one in your bug out bag. Okay, always have a duplicate of everything so you're not actually wearing out the stuff that you plan to use while you're practicing with it, you know. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I, inspired you to think about some things that you didn't think about before. And as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new for more bug out bag videos and more prepping videos. And I have a lot more videos coming, so stay tuned. Hit the bell notification to be notified of new videos. And as always, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.